That's your message, but they think you're the opposite. So you
Yeah.
the other people's things.
But so if someone comes in hot and they're like pissed at me for having this, then I will lean into the devil's advocate, and I will get them to argue all the points that I want to make, and it actually works really well.
Have you ever had someone get pissed?
Yes. Yeah.
About like,
No, nobody's swinging.
yeah, no one's swinging.
Nobody's,
Yeah.
I feel like if I were
too
smaller,
public.
if I were a smaller guy, if I didn't have a camera going, then I might feel a little bit more nervous about it. But yeah, nobody's been like that. Also, it's Boulder. It's not like I'm doing this in the middle of Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's great.
but so if you
I
want
want to see this like on.
to, you want to witness flying the wall. If you're interested in looking at another documentary, a really comprehensive one, the best one out there is called Dominion. Dominion.
I feel like that's the one I saw.
It's like 2 hours long. They go into every
Is
animal
that like
agriculture
the
industry.
biggest one? Most popular?
It's the most comprehensive one to date. Yeah, you should look it up. Especially if you're going to continue to eat animal products. You should really see what happens to the animals.
So how about this question? Someone that eats meat.
Would I marry someone that eats meat? At this point in my life, no. But my partner went vegan a year after I did, so I don't really have to worry about it, unless something bad happens.
What about the first year?
First year was rough. I was making separate meals for myself. She doesn't really cook, so she was like ordering out all the time and eating like gross, nasty, like fried steak burgers in front of me and shit. And it was triggering. I'll be honest, it was triggering sometimes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But she got it. You know, she understood.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
After a while, and it's funny because she felt the same way as I did. She just thought it was futile. She was like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to stop anything, so I should just keep doing it.
Yeah.
But
That's
she
like
was
me.
she was living with the hypocrisy of
Kind
that.
of like me right now.
And you'll be living with the hypocrisy. You'll be saying like, I have
it's
this
interesting,
view that I do not align with in my actions. And I think we all have the potential to better ourselves and to change our behavior. And why does it matter what anybody else is doing? It's the old like if your friends jumped off a bridge thing, you know, like just because other people are doing something, just because society says that something's right, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go along with it, right? Anyway, you want to watch, so I'm going to see if I can get someone else to come over here. Yeah. I hope my camera doesn't overheat again. It's a hot day. It keeps going out.
An hour.
It depends.
Sunday way busier. Or is that, if it's too busy, then it's tricky as well.
I like to do it when there's like an event going on, because then there's tons of people around. One time I had like 5 people all trying to talk to me at the same time. It was pretty rad.
I almost want to do this.
Yeah, I watched.
Like, if you do this, you're not going to get rattled in any situation.
That's true. I've
So much anger.
since I became an animal rights activist, I've learned so much about de-escalation, and staying calm in rough situations. Dude, my first protest, I was like screaming in someone's face. Never again. That was a bad choice.
Just started today.
Oh, about my first so it wasn't like my first but it was my first one that really got heated. I was, do you know what foie gras is?
No.
So foie gras is a basically diseased duck or goose liver, where they will, with a tube, they will 2 or 3 times a day force feed ducks or geese grain, and the animals will develop a disease called fatty liver disease, and then they'll kill them for that liver. That's considered a delicacy, and people will eat that. And so it's really cruel and unusual, and it's something that even meat eaters, kind of like with veal, it's something that even meat eaters will object to. And so we were protesting this restaurant. We went inside the restaurant. We had bullhorns and sirens, the whole deal. And there was this guy who got really upset. He was pretty drunk. He got really upset that we were ruining his dinner. He stood up. He's like, I'm an ER doctor. you can't do this. You can't come in here and do this. And so he got all up in our faces. He started shoving us around. He shoved 2 women and hit a 12-year-old kid who was with the protesters. And so I got really upset. I got in his face. Other activists were like pulling him off of people. And I started screaming in his face, being like, "You're acting like a child. Like you just hit people. You assaulted people. You hit a child. You just assaulted a minor. You piece of shit." And that just got him even more upset. You know, he followed us outside after we left the restaurant. He was talking shit at us. And when I was sort of cooled off enough to peel back away from the situation, I saw that other activists were taking a deep breath, de-escalating, being like, "Okay, dude, see you later. You should leave. The cops are going to come and you're attacking us. You should leave," you know? And after reviewing the video that some of them took and like seeing myself in that situation, that was really like, I was being pretty rough. If I were getting screamed at like that, I would not back down. So why should I expect anyone else to be different? So yeah, that was a big eye opener for me, where I kind of realized what works and what might not actually work in those situations. So yeah, de-escalation is huge, and staying calm especially.
You should put up a sign that says they don't deserve to react.
Too obvious. If I wanted to do that, I would just have footage. I would just show the footage, because people need to see that anyway.
Yeah, but what's the goal here?
What do you think?